They said it was somewhere around 70,000 people. I don't know the exact number. MSNBC was right across the street, and of course their cameras were not on us. But it was an amazing march. And so I'm gonna hand it over to Rohan to talk about everything that they were fighting for while we were fighting inside the convention.
Rohan!
Hi everybody. First of all, thanks for you guys for being here, listening to us, because it's important for us to know that our message got across to everybody. So, like she was mentioning, we had massive protests outside. And these were some of the largest rallies that we had without Bernie present. Like Bernie, we all know Bernie rallies gets like 30,000, 50,000 people. Without Bernie, those rallies are usually small, but these rallies had those same numbers without Bernie present. People from all around the country and even outside the country. I met people from Norway, I met people from Canada, I met people from Mexico, and those people were there protesting with us because they could not vote in our election, but they knew how important our election was. It was huge. Monday, we had a climate change rally, which basically took over the entire downtown Philadelphia. Woo! On Tuesday, we had a Burn Your Bus rally hosted by Yane, which again took over downtown every single day during the day. While the delegates were inside, having a breakfast, going to all those meetings, protesters were outside at the city hall. Thousands of protesters every single day. The cops were like just surrounding the protesters at city hall because there were just so many of us. Black Men for Bernie had protests on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Massive protests, massive rallies right outside the city hall. In the evening, when all the delegates went inside, that's when the real magic happened. FDR Park is a park right next to the Wells Fargo Center, which permits for that park was pulled by one guy. I forgot his name. Hold on a second.
Billy Taylor.
Billy Taylor. Billy Taylor pulled permits for all the parks around Philadelphia where we were having rallies. He did a massive favor. He pulled them months in advance so to make sure that we had that avenue. The cops were aware that we are going to be protesting in those areas. So FDR Park, every single day, Monday to Thursday, while delegates were inside, there were thousands of people outside protesting. Our main thing was we wanted to show the DNC, we wanted to show the Hillary delegates that there are thousands of these people. We care about our future. We are there outside and we're going to stand with Bernie. We're going to stand with the Bernie delegates. We stand with everything these guys did inside. We were cheering them on from inside, outside. As soon as we knew that they walked out, everybody ran to the fences to see if we can see even one of them. They were like our heroes from outside, and we wanted to make sure that we show as much solidarity as possible to them. Lots of media, lots of cops outside, and we were chanting that we are not going to vote for Hillary. We're chanting that we are not going to fall in line with the corruption in DNC. And one of the most amazing things happened, all grassroots, is they built a coffin, a casket of DNC with an upside down donkey or an ass, and we're basically signaling that this is the death of Democratic Party, and people were playing bagpipes. Basically, we were burning the Democratic Party out there. Things got crazy. Wednesday and Thursday, there were some arrests outside because we had some anarchists join the protest. We had anarchists join the protest, and they tried to rile things up. They tried to get people to break the fence, try to get people to get arrested, and amazing thing happened. All the Bernie people outside, they suddenly started chanting, "We are in peace," and they sat down. As soon as people tried to create violence, we all sat down. We wanted to show the cops that we are with them. We are not here to create problems. We are just here to get our message across. And one big thing that's just mind-blowing, the whole week while we were there, everybody was talking about, we knew that the nomination is gone. But the whole week we were talking about how we are going to continue this movement forward. Bernie has awakened us, a lot of you guys were already awakened. People like me, we were sleeping. We woke up through this movement and we're talking about how we are not going to go back to sleep, how we are going to go back, keep this movement going forward through whatever avenue it is, whether it's our revolution, whether it's Plan New Congress, whether it's Plan New City, whether it's Green Party. But we are going to fight for our democracy. We are going to fight to bring this party or bring the country back to the people. And everybody was on board with that. I did not meet a single person who was defeated. All around the country, thousands of people. The cops were telling me there were 75,000 people entering the city every single day. And most of them are protesters. So there were thousands of us out there, and we are all coming back, and now all of us here. Some of you guys were there with us in spirit, some of you guys are there with us in flesh, and we are all back here, and we are all going to keep protesting and keep organizing to make sure 2016, 2018, 2042, 2040, we are going to keep fighting until, well, the fight will never end. We have to constantly keep fighting the elements. And that was a protest outside. The last thing, it was cherry on the top of the protest, the delegates and the protesters met Thursday night. There's a massive rally of delegates coming from the convention and a massive rally of protesters coming in outside, and we all converged. And then we all marched together and had a big meeting where the Green Party was present, the Working Families Party was present, the Socialist Alternative Party was present, and just basically talked about what happened inside. And that was it. I'm kind of crying right now, but it was beautiful, it was magical, and protesters were there, the delegates were awesome, they were holding the flag inside, we were holding the flag outside. Yeah, that's basically.
There's something really quick. There's something really quick to Rohan's point that I want to add. When he was talking about us being their heroes on the inside, well, for all of us delegates, all of those protesters who were out there protesting, they were our heroes on the outside. They were the ones keeping us going. Ryan Lopez, I think on the first night, was telling me that in the middle of the night, there was lots of thunderstorms and heavy rains and flash flooding, and people like Rohan and all of the protesters that were there, they were still keeping the message going, and they were still marching for Bernie and doing all of that in flash floods and rain. They risked their lives to be out there, to get our voices heard, and they were our heroes on the outside. So that was just a beautiful thing to hear that from them.
I just want to mention one thing about Bernie in this whole thing, because a lot of us felt that we were operating in a vacuum. We were told there would be a contested convention. There wasn't. He didn't try to lobby the superdelegates. We were told that, the minority reports would be submitted. They weren't. We were told that there would be a floor fight on the Rules Committee for the superdelegates and the open primaries. There wasn't. So basically, we were told, we weren't given any direction. We were told to stay in this hotel because we had to have these meetings where we were going to confer with his campaign. They never set up any meetings. So I feel that what we did in a vacuum because he left this opening for us. And just like he said, ignore what I say, you're going to vote for who you want to vote for. When he sent out his two texts, there was one Monday night and there was one Wednesday night during Obama's speech, also asking us not to protest. Or was that Thursday when Hillary?
Sorry, Lauren. We're gonna keep going with the agenda.
It's gonna be like 15 seconds. They're gonna love this point. The point is, when we were holding up our TPP sign silently during Obama's speech, Bernie and Jane were sitting right above our delegation.
We're gonna be talking about that.
Oh, you are?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sweet surprise coming up. You gotta stick around.
I know, here we go.
We want to be respectful of all the speakers who are going to be talking about what they specifically came here to talk about. So,
I'm sorry.
no.